Hey guys, so I got to test NVIDIA Shield over the weekend, and it was recently released in Australia. It was a beta test that was rolled out in the United States some time ago. I was part of it, but since I live in Australia now, I just thought that maybe I should cover it. Now, the reason for this video is that Microsoft did not release this on Android TV. This is mostly just for phones, and if you're going to run it, it should be a pretty good experience running on normal phones. But you can run it on Android TV. You can just sideload it. If you don't know how to do that, I've covered that at the end of the video, so I'm not going to bore you guys with the details on how to do that. If you do want to follow that, just skip ahead. I've created a link in the description, and you can just follow that to the end of the video on how to install it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to launch it from my launcher, and once it launches, you should be able to just see it immediately. It requires you to sign into your Microsoft account. Once you have signed into your Microsoft account and you're inside the app, this is how it looks. This is how Android TV is rendering it. This is how you should see it on your phone as well. Currently, there's only two of the games that you see on top, which are touch supported, which means that you can use your phone's touch input to play these games, which is great actually. If you play Minecraft or Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, which is a great game, you'll enjoy it a lot. And there's actually overlay information where you can modify how these buttons are mapped on your phone, but you unfortunately can't do that on NVIDIA Shield because there's no interface for touch input. You can do that with the NVIDIA remote control app. If you have it installed on your phone, you can use that, but I'm not going to go into any details of that. So just scrolling through, there's a lot of good games in the library. Some of them are exclusive to Xbox Game Pass, for example. Gears 5, Forza Horizon, and there's Tomb Raider in there. Yakuza 0, which is a good, pretty good remake. If you're into that, you can play it while this trial lasts. And so just going up, what I'm going to do for this test is I'm going to launch Tekken 7. Now, the reason to launch Tekken 7 is that it's a fighting game. It allows you to measure some things like input lag, how much time does it take to load things, and how does the rendering look like. Now, it's loaded pretty fast, as you can see, but the quality, the video quality it's okay. It's 720p. You can't upscale that even if you're on a 100 Mbps connection. I'm on a fiber connection and on a similar connection, but it's running at 720p. It's not HDR compatible, you'll see as well. The reason you'll see some of those really patchy in the video, it's not because of compression of this video, it's because NVIDIA Shield is running on 4K HDR connection, and this XCloud stream is running on 720p. So everything that you see is being rendered in 720p, and this is why you see all these color gradients and downgrading in the video quality because of the compression. I'm just going to go into the practice. I'm using a DualShock 4, and yes, you can use a DualSense, which is the PlayStation 5 controller with NVIDIA Shield as well. I've confirmed it. The buttons are a bit weird mapped at the beginning, but if your application or whatever you're using allows you to remap those buttons, you should be fine. But it does work with NVIDIA Shield, so yes, you can use it. So just going to pick up some characters, and we're going to go into a simple match just to see input lag, say using a remote controller or a wireless controller. And so it's going to load a fight. Now you can see that we've just started a fight, and it's going to load a stage. So if you measure this in real time, You can see that there's a warning up there. It goes away when the connection is good, but it's going to take a significantly long time to load it. I think the reason behind it is that they're not using some really fast storage to say maybe render these games or load these games, which is okay. I think maybe it'll improve in 2021. I've seen some news on the web that a lot of things will improve, including HDR support and faster loading times, including 1080p streams, improved say rendering in the future. Yeah, but we'll see. So let's just wait for it to load. Right, so it does load. So if you just notice what it did, if it skips a lot of frames in between rendering some of the frames that it couldn't render to your machine, it is just going to skip and redraw the whole screen like it did, as you just saw. And it does that randomly, not every time. Some of these screens you'll see that it's pretty fluid. The fighting is not skipping any frames. The input is top-notch, which is welcome. And you can go back to the menu, and this is all on wireless controller in gaming mode on my TV, and it's handling the input really well, which is a really good thing for, say, something that's running entirely in the cloud. So I'm just going to go online, and let's just start a normal player match. And the reason we're doing this is because we're just going to measure how much time does it take to load those things, and if we can find some challenges online, how does that look like? What is the ping like, for example? All right, so you can see that there's a lot of loading. I guess you've seen that multiple times now. But there's a lot of loading in there. I'm not sure why. I've played the console version of the same game, and it doesn't take this long. So I'm not sure. Now, this is like a lobby mode where you've tried to load something. Now, this is, I think this is rendering for a ping that is around 4 spots, and I'm on an Ethernet connection, and I noticed some lag here, which I didn't notice in the practice mode. But once you start playing, and I've read somewhere that I think Tekken has rollback support, which is good. So maybe that is something that is handling the lag that we see here. I'm just going to wait if we can find an opponent here, and if you can't find an opponent, we'll just skip and move to our next game. So it seems we couldn't find a match. So as you can see, it just redrew the whole screen and just skipped the frames, and I didn't think about it. So you can go into a picture-in-picture mode on NVIDIA Shield. It works just fine, and you can stop your program. There is unfortunately no other way on your controller to do that. So if you have launched a game and you want to stop it, you can go into PIP mode, and then you can stop it. Now, this is something that happens once you do go into the PIP mode. It just reduces the size of the overlay screen a lot. And let's just, if you go and pick a new game, it looks like this. So what you need to do is go back into your home screen, pressing the home button, and then just click full screen. And it goes into full screen like this. And it works really well. If you let it be there, it'll keep playing in the background, and it supports audio and video at the same time, which is great. I think it looked really well on my TV. This is running in 4K, at least the application, the loading and everything, 4K, and the loading is pretty good. Now, the reason why I've loaded Forza Horizon 4 is to check two things. One of them is this is a really fast-paced game, and it is supposed to have HDR support. So we're just going to see if we can have HDR display running. I know that it doesn't have HDR support right now You can see that the quality isn't so great on this one. It's really patchy. I don't like it at all. But let's just dive straight into the game. And once you do say start loading's pretty good on this game. Once the loading finishes, it is going to take you straight into the game. And let's just get into it. Alright.
Welcome to autumn. A new beginning for the festival never ends. Don't go anywhere. Horizon is here to stay.
So unfortunately, playing Forza Horizon, I noticed that even though when I was playing Tekken, the input was quite spot on, but as you could see that there's a lot of patchwork going on here. There's a significant lag in control handling, and as much as I tried, it wouldn't just be as precise as Forza requires it to be. And your connection's pretty good. As you can see, there's no warning sign on top. There's a good quality connection, but because of the lag, it just didn't handle really well. And I tried to make it work, but I wasn't really happy with the input. So going forward a bit, you can notice some more hiccups while playing Forza Horizon and other games. Because they're loading pretty fast, even if it's a 720p connection, it just tends to break up sometimes. But when it does run, it runs smooth. It looks good. If you're playing it on a smaller screen, you won't notice any major differences in quality because the pixel ratio on your phone is not as much as running it on a 4K television. So I think that's fine for now. I hope Microsoft brings in high quality video support in the future, and maybe that'll help things with XCloud. But so far, I think I'm happy with what I see here, and I recommend if you have a Android TV somewhere lying around like NVIDIA Shield, give it a go. I'll just cover how you can go around installing this on your NVIDIA Shield. Now all you need to do is go to this website, which is called Android Sage, and you just put in the package name in there, which is com.microsoft.xcloud, and just leave the settings to default, and it'll give you an APK. You can download from there. On your NVIDIA Shield or Android TV, you go into your device preferences. And in device preferences, you have something called storage. And in your storage settings, at least on NVIDIA Shield, you have a setting called transfer files over local network. What it allows you to do is create a Samba network. It's like a server, and you can connect to your NVIDIA Shield Shield storage, and you can transfer files over your network, over your Wi-Fi or Ethernet connection to your NVIDIA Shield. And you can use your Windows, Mac, or your Android or iOS phones. To do that, you'll need an app, a file manager app, which allows you to create SMB connections. To do that, for example, I've used my Android phone to create an SMB connection using Amaze File Manager. You can use whatever you like, and you just log into it, and you can download the APK from that website, and you can copy it over to NVIDIA Shield. So once you have it there, you will also need something called Sideload Launcher. What the Sideload Launcher allows you to do is if there's apps on your Android TV which you cannot launch using your normal say Android TV launcher, you can just launch them using Sideload Launcher. It's pretty good. I think you should have it. You don't require root for this. Once you have it installed, you just go into Sideload Launcher, and in your Sideload Launcher, you can use your normal file manager or any other file manager to find the APK for Xbox game streaming, XCloud, and you install it. Once you have it installed, you should see it on your launcher, and then once you click on it, it'll just launch, and it'll ask you to sign in. And that should be it. If you have have any questions, or if you run into any issues, you can't install the application, or if you can't run it, do go on and write your comments. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And yeah, enjoy.